Welcome back, students. Welcome to my YouTube channel, your digital classroom, where you will get the necessary help for a total English, text, grammar, writing, and spoken English all in one. Today I am here with a lesson on sentences and their classification. This looks and sounds very simple and familiar. Yes, it is simple and familiar, but very useful in doing different grammatical works like narration change, joining of sentences, and transformation of sentences. If you do not know the sentences and their types, you cannot do narration change perfectly. Transformation of sentences and joining of sentences will be troublesome for you if you don't know this well. So this is a very useful and effective lesson. And to get this type of effective and useful lessons, keep my channel subscribed always. Our day's topic is classification of sentences in English. Now see, what is a sentence? A sentence is a group of words having a subject and a predicate of its own and giving us complete sense. So a sentence is a group of words, and number 2, it has a subject, and number 3, it has a predicate, and number 4, it gives a complete sense. See the example. He is writing. Here he is the subject and is writing is the predicate. Now see how the sentences are divided. Sentences are classified into 3 ways: from their manner of expression, and from their structures or construction, and from their affirmation and negation. Now we'll discuss all these points one by one for the clarification of your concept and learning. From the manner of expression, English sentences are divided into 5 classes, and they are assertive sentence, interrogative sentence, imperative sentence, optative sentence, and exclamatory sentence. You must know these 5 types very well, otherwise you can change the narration from the direct speech to the indirect speech. It is very important for the narration change, especially in English. Now see the sentences one by one. Assertive sentence. What is an assertive sentence? It is simply a statement without any complexity. A statement. See the example. He is a student, a statement. The sun rises in the east, statement. All the simple statements, small or big, are assertive sentences. Okay? Now the interrogative sentences. What is an interrogative sentence? These are the sentences that ask questions. Remember this. These are the sentences that ask questions. These questions are again divided into 3 types. These questions are again divided into 3 types. Number 1, WH question. Number 2, yes or no question. And number 3, tag questions. Now see the WH questions. WH questions are the questions that begin with WH word like what and when. See the example. What are you reading? A WH question. When will you go there? A WH question, because they begin with WH words. Here it is when and here it is what. Now see yes or no question. These questions begin with the auxiliary verb. See, do you go there? Do is the auxiliary verb, and does he like this? Does is the auxiliary verb. And this one, tag questions. See the example. You are not going, are you? This one is called a tag question. One principle is there. If this part is negative, the tag question will be affirmative, and if this part is affirmative, the tag question will be negative. Remember this. Now come to the imperative sentences. What is an imperative sentence? You know, the sentences that express order, request, and advice are called imperative sentences. Okay? Order, request, and advice. Remember this. There are 2 types of imperative sentences in English. Simple imperative sentence. Simple imperative sentence. These sentences begin with the verbs. simple imperative sentences, and these sentences begin with the verbs. Remember this. See the example. Go there, come here. See, go is a verb and come is a verb. So these are the examples of simple imperative sentences. Next, number 2, let imperative sentences. Let imperative sentences means the sentences that begin with let. See, these imperative sentences begin with let. Remember this. They begin with the verb and these begin with the let. Remember this. See the example. Let me go there. Here it is go there, and here it is let me go there. Here it is come here, and here it is let him come here. These sentences begin with let. At the beginning they have let. Again, from the functional point of view, we get two types of imperative sentences that begin with let. These let imperative sentences are therefore divided into two subclasses, class 1 and class 2. Class 1, see, these sentences begin with let, but they work like the normal ordinary imperative sentences to express order, request and advice. Class 1, these sentences begin with let, but work like the normal ordinary imperative sentences to express order, request and advice. See the examples. Let him go there, let them come in, and let me take a rest. Okay. And class 2, these sentences also begin with let but express proposal or suggestion. So sentences with let are two types. Number 1, sentences with let but works like the ordinary simple imperative sentences to express order, request and advice. And number 2, that means class 2, the sentences that begin with let but express proposal or suggestion. See the example. Let us play football and let us join the team. Okay, now the next type, optative sentence. Optative sentence. The optative sentences express a wish. Most of the optative sentences begin with may, understood or expressed. See the example. This sentence, the first example begins with may. May you live long. And the second sentence also begins with may. May God bless you. So remember this. Most of the optative sentences begin with may, understood or expressed. Now the last type, that is exclamatory sentence. The sentences that express a sudden feeling or emotion are called exclamatory sentences. Again, the sentences that express a sudden feeling or emotion are called exclamatory sentences. See the examples. What a surprise, a sudden emotion. My God, I am undone, a sudden feeling or emotion. So, from the manner of expression, you have got 5 types of sentences in English. Number 1, assertive. Assertive. Number 2, interrogative. Interrogative. And number 3, imperative. And number 4, optative. And number 5, exclamatory. These 5 types you have got from the manner of expression. Now from the structural point of view. From the structural point of view, English has 3 types of sentences. Okay, from the structure or constructional point of view, English has 3 types of sentences. Number 1, simple sentence. And number 2, complex sentence. And number 3, compound sentence. Now see, what is a simple sentence? The sentence that has only one subject and one predicate is called a simple sentence. So what is a simple sentence? The sentence that has only one subject and one predicate is called a simple sentence. See the example. He is reading and you are writing. He is reading. This one is the subject and this one is the predicate. And you are writing. This one is the subject and this one is the predicate. Now come to the complex sentence. What is a complex sentence? The sentence that has a principal clause and at least a subordinate clause is a complex sentence. The sentence that has a principal clause and at least a subordinate clause is called a complex sentence. Okay, see the example, then you can understand. The boy who came here is my brother. Who came here is a subordinate clause, and the boy is my brother. The boy is my brother is a principal clause. So this is a complex sentence consisting of two clauses. Number one, the boy is my brother, a principal clause, and number two, who came here, the subordinate clause. If you want to read it much, go to the playlist of joining up sentences and watch the video entitled Concept of Clauses in English. One separate video is made on clauses and their classifications along with the division of sentences as simple, complex and compound. Okay, now come to the compound sentence. What do you mean by a compound sentence? The sentence that has two or more coordinate clauses joined by a coordinate conjunction is called a compound sentence. What is that? The sentence that has two or more coordinate clauses joined by a coordinate conjunction or more than one coordinate conjunctions is called a compound sentence. See the example. Ram is my brother and she is my sister. This is the example of a compound sentence consisting of two coordinate clauses. Number one, Ram is my brother, one coordinate clause, and she is my sister, another coordinate clause. And these two coordinate clauses are joined here by the coordinate conjunction and. So this is a coordinate clause and this is a coordinate clause and this one is a coordinate conjunction. Now see, from the affirmation and negation, the sentences are again divided into two categories. Number one, affirmative sentences, and number two, negative sentences. Affirmative sentences and number two, negative sentences. Okay, see the example. You know it very well, I'm sure. He goes there, he writes a letter. These two are the examples of affirmative sentences. Okay, and here he goes there, here it will be he does not go there, an example of negative sentence. And here it is he writes a letter, here it is he does not write a letter. It is an example of a negative sentence. A negative sentence is a sentence that has a not in it, and an affirmative sentence is a sentence that has no not in it. For this it is affirmative and it has the not means negation. For this it is called negative sentence. These are the broad classification of English sentences, affirmative and negative. If you want a detailed study, go to the channel's playlist and watch the video on indefinite tenses. There you will get how various types of negative and interrogative sentences are formed. However, read the lesson well and your narration change joining of sentences will be easier for you. To get this type of useful and helpful videos, keep my channel subscribed always. Okay students, this much today. I'll soon come back with another important and interesting lesson for you. So stay attached, stay tuned. Share the video with your friends and classmates so that they may also get the help of this lesson. Thank you very much for your patience and participation. See you soon.